for future viewing. Yep, okay, we're being recorded right now. So you can access these sessions whenever you like. In the main session here, if you choose to unmute or turn on your camera, you give us consent to use your video and audio. However, we will also have breakout rooms during the session, and those are not recorded. So highly encourage that if you want to get the most out of these sessions, you should definitely feel free to turn on your cameras, turn on your microphones if you can, just to engage with your fellow students and with your mentors, just to make sure you're asking questions and learning and having the collaborative experience that we ideally want you to have here. Okay, and with that out of the way, welcome to our first session, not first session, 0th session. In this session, we're going to be learning what is Shulk Ignite. We're going to be doing an overview of what the program content is for these beginner sessions, all the stuff you're going to learn. We're going to be going over our point system that we have. We're going to be going over places to contact us, mainly Discord. That's the main one. Please sign up for Discord. We'll get to that later. We're going to be talking about the end of sessions gala. We're going to be getting your coding environment set up with Trinket. And then we're going to be going into breakout rooms so you can get along with your mentor groups and play some games, do some icebreakers, kind of get to know each other before we start doing some real coding. So who are we? Let's introduce ourselves. So first of all, Shulk Ignite is a university-run club aiming to make learning to code accessible and fun for all high school students. So all of us here are very passionate students from the University of Calgary, and we're here to bring our passion for coding to you. And now on to the introductions. I'm Jamie. I'm the lecture lead for the session. We also got Janine in here, our administrator, and we have, I believe, a few mentors in the chat as well, if y'all want to introduce yourselves. Basically, if you see any folks with these backgrounds that say Shulk Ignite Mentor, those are mentors. All right. Yeah, seeing some faces in here. That's great. Great to see it. All right, we're gonna keep moving on. So what is software engineering and its benefits? There are many benefits to being a software engineer. And we're going to be talking about that a lot in these sessions. We're going to be going over at the beginning of each session a bunch of cool applications of software engineering, from rocket science, medical science, game design, cars, planes, self-driving cars, all kinds of different applications. But to do any of that, we need to get a start. And that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be having these 8 interactive and fun sessions where you're going to have different exercises to work on to learn different programming concepts. And it's going to have a project at the end where you can get creative and kind of apply what you've learned and give you some hands-on experience in doing some real coding. Anyway, here's the content overview of what is going to be learned in each session. So session 1, going to be learning about variables, mouth movement, and the setup and draw functions in processing. So those are basically environment things that you're going to need to get set up with right away. Session 2, learning about operators and moving objects. Going to be doing some math in that session. Session 3, working on if statements, logical operators. That's just going to be adding some logic to our code that we're going to be writing. Session 4 is on lists and loops. And that'll carry over into session 5, where we will continue working on loops. And session 6, going to be, first of all, learning about functions. And we'll get to what all these things mean in the sessions themselves. Session 7, there's going to be a few bonus topics we're going to throw in there. We'll get to those when we get to those. And that's also going to be when you're going to start working on your projects for the end of session gala. So most projects for this course are going to take the form of some kind of game that you develop yourself using all the concepts you've learned, and you can really get creative with it. And I love seeing all the different types of projects that students are able to make in such a short period of time. It's very fun and very cool. And then lastly, session 8, Kahoot, and then more free time. So that's all the sessions and what is going to be learned. Now, if you miss a session, don't worry about it, because we got our website right here, ShayLookIgnite.com. Here, we're going to upload all of these slideshows for all of the sessions. So if you missed one, or if you want to go back and look through what information is on all the slides, very easy to just go to this website and view the slides anytime you want to. So make sure you got that bookmarks, or wherever you keep website URLs, just know it's there. Okay, going on to our points system. We have something called Ignite Points. Ignite Points can be collected throughout the sessions to win cool prizes at the end. A few ways to get points. The main one is going to be consistent attendance. We're also going to have something called quick questions, and the rest are for submissions. So we have end of session exercises that you will submit at the end of every session. We also have social media challenges that we upload weekly to our Instagram and Facebook pages that you can check out. And lastly, you have your end of term projects that I mentioned earlier. There are also going to be 2 categories for these beginner sessions, kind of 2 streams for skill level. So if you have no experience whatsoever, you're going to be put into the Bug Buster stream. And if you have a little bit of experience, you're going to be put into the Pythonic Lava stream. And you're going to be competing against people in your same category. And each category gets its different exercises and different sets of prizes. So I think we have those streams assigned already. If we go into breakout rooms, you can ask your mentors what stream you're in. Or if you know already, it should just be whether you have experience or no experience. Okay, we have a spreadsheet. I am not entirely sure if this spreadsheet has been updated from last session, so we're just going to gloss over that for now. And as for the prizes for whoever gets the most Ignite points, these will go to each of the top 3 students who get the most Ignite points, and you'll have a choice of either $50 Amazon gift card, which good to have a little bit of spending money, or 2 selected programming courses free of charge. And these are very good, very detailed courses, like definitely very valuable if you want to go that route. You can click these links, learn more about them there. We have a spreadsheet to keep track of these points that is linked here. That will kind of act as a scoreboard and will be updated frequently after each session. Find out how many points you have, how many points you're receiving, find out all the rules. And you can ask about Ignite points on the Discord. Okay, so I mentioned earlier, you can earn points for attendance. You'll get rewarded for consistent attendance. So for each consecutive session you attend, you get 5 more points than you did in the last session. So works kind of like this. If you showed up to session 1, that's 5 points. And then each session after that, you get 5 more. So second, you get 2. Third session, you get 15. And fourth, you get 20. But if you miss one, you're back to 0, streak resets to 5. So kind of a little incentive to come to every single session if you can. Next, during these sessions, we'll have quick questions to quiz you on the material that we're learning about in the lectures. So these are usually worth 10 to 20 points each. You'll know it's a quick question slide if we have this little icon here. And quick questions will be through a Zoom poll on these online sessions. So come up with one of those later, I think. But moving on to submissions, we have end of session exercises and weekly challenges from social media, as I mentioned earlier. These are worth 50 points each. You'll need to submit a program through a Trinket link as your answer to the submission form. And the submission forms are different for Pythonic Lava and Bugbusters. We'll go over this more in session 1, but the submission forms are available from the website. So you can just go there, submit your exercises. Here's our past format for weekly challenges on the social media. It might look a little different this semester, so stay tuned for that. Now on to some communication. Join the Discord. So on the Discord, I'll have a dedicated channel for your group. You can ask your mentor any questions outside of class time, and it'll kind of just act as a communication hub for Shoelooking Night. So, got the link right here. I will also, if I can copy it, drop it in the chat so you can just join that right away. There we go, get back into this presentation. And once you're in the Discord, you can sign up for your private group channel by following these simple steps. So you all should have received an email by now saying which day of the week, if you're in this session, that's going to be Saturday, and your group number. And then on Discord, in the bot commands channel, you can type in a message with this format with both your day and group number, and that will add you to your private group channel with all of the students and mentor in your group. Okay, so as a bit of a celebration for completing these sessions at the end, we'll have an end of sessions gala to show off what you've accomplished. You can show off your final projects as well as learn about software engineering from industry professionals. So we'll have speakers at this gala to share their experiences, and it's great fun. I recommend you all show up to the gala if you can. We'll have more details on when that will take place later, but for now, let's get started with setting up your coding environment. So as for what tools we're going to be using, we're going to be using the website Trinket, and we're going to be writing some code in Python using the processing library. There's nice and easy, no downloads needed for this. You can just go to the website and create your own account. So I'm just going to jump out of here and over to Trinket. So from here, if you do not have an account, you can sign up for an account. Put in all this information. I have an account already, so I'm just going to go straight to that. Okay. So once you're here and you have an account, let's go on to creating our first program. So to create your first program, you're going to want to click on New Trinket over here. And we're going to be writing our code in Python. We go to Python. And here, that'll create our window where we're going to be writing our code. All right, so for everyone, can I get a thumbs up in the chat once you've gotten this far and gotten Trinket open? I'm going to jump back over here. This is kind of explaining what each of the things are in Trinket. So we got name, code window, output window, run button, save button, cancel button, many buttons. And once again, if you're having trouble setting up a Trinket account for whatever reason, we will go into breakout rooms later in the session, and hopefully you can get some help from your mentors and get that all sorted out. What is the link of the compiler? Um, Not entirely sure what you mean by that. Um, we're not really using a separate compiler within Trinket. We're just, well, there is a compiler, but it's built in, and from writing the code, we can just run it and that'll just compile and execute it immediately. The Trinket, oh, okay, Trinket link, okay. That is going to be trinket.io. I can send that link in chat as well. Thanks for reminding me to do that. All right, there's the website. And once you're there, you can sign up. All right, still just can just give you all a bit of time here to get this window set up. All right, that's good. That's good. Seeing a couple thumbs up in the chat. Okay, great. I'm going to move on with the tutorial. We're going to start by writing one of the, okay, great. We're going to start by creating one of the simplest programs you can make in any language. That's going to be Hello World. So going to look something like this. We're going to put print, then some parentheses, and that's going to print whatever we put in between these brackets. And so we're going to put Hello World. And that will give us a program that says Hello World. Just make sure that what you put in between here is in between some quotes. Don't forget those. Those are important. But that's your program. And so if we just click run, that'll give us our output. It's a program that says Hello World. Awesome, exactly what we wanted. So now let's go over quickly how to save this program. So we can just click save, and that'll save it. If we want to change the name of our program, we can just change the title over here. So yeah, let's call this one Hello World. It's good to get in the habit of naming your programs. So yeah, do as I say for that, not as I do, because I am terrible at naming things. But for now, we're gonna name it Hello World. And then, as I mentioned before, if this was a submission, you would need a link to your program in order to submit it. And so from there, we're gonna go to share and link to grab that link. And you can just copy this link here and share it with anyone. ideally the submission folder, but really you could share it to anyone. Share it to your mom, share it to your grandma. It just doesn't really matter. Share it with all your friends. All right, so that was our quick little Trinket tutorial. Gonna have a Top Hat check. Janine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but are we using Top Hat or are we using Zoom for the quick questions? Because if we're using Zoom, we can skip this.
We'll be using Top Hat.
Okay, in that case, here is where you can sign up with Top Hat. Top Hat is a website where we're going to be posting all our quick questions through there. So go to webpage tophat.com. I'll throw this in the chat as well. And in there, you can make an account with your first and last name and use the same email as your Zoom account. So we know it's you and we can easily correlate the answers to the questions to who's in the Zoom call. Okay, and once you're there, we have course code, so you can join the right course. That's our code. Keep this up here. And give everyone some time to do that. Again, if you could give a thumbs up in the chat once you've logged into Top Hat and entered the course code, that'd be great. Uh, is the course code like for people who are here today? Course code is going to be used for all the sessions. It's the same code, so you can go in there, and we're going to be posting all the quick questions through that same course in Top Hat. And again, it's the Saturday. Okay, thumbs up, that's good. All right, great. I'm seeing thumbs up from most people. Just gonna jump over to Top Hat and check that it's working. So we have a few easy questions here. These are not for Ignite points or anything. This is just to get to know everyone who's here. So first question, hopefully not too difficult. What is your name? Okay. Some time for everyone to answer. 19 out of 24 answers. Just about everyone. Okay, looks like we're just waiting on a couple people. Just in the interest of time, I'm gonna start timing this. Okay, let's see. We almost got everyone. Okay, well, I don't want to keep everyone waiting, so we're just gonna move on in a couple seconds here. Okay. So we got all these answers. Everyone got the question right. At least I hope you did. We're gonna move on to next question. What are you most excited to learn from these sessions? Looking for honest answers. There are, again, as it says here, no correct answers for this one. So yeah, you can put anything you're looking forward to, why you joined this session. You can even put, I don't know. That's a valid answer. Okay, going good, going good. We got just about everyone chiming in with answers for this. All right, got a bit more time. Finish up your answers. They don't need to be long or anything, just honest. Anyway, let's see what everyone's answers are. Most common answer, how to code. Yes, you will learn how to code in these sessions. You're also going to learn Python, how to use Python, how to code, basic coding, I guess. Coding with Python, learn to code. No idea, appreciate the honesty. How to be a good programmer using Python, how to code if I'm interested to do this in the future. Coding and creating games. Not sure currently how to use Trinket coding to learn a baseline for my skills for coding so that I can create video games and programs in the future as a career. Yes, you will learn baseline skills for coding. Excited to expand my knowledge. Of course, knowledge is power. How to program, how to code and make my own program. I'm excited to learn the basics of coding. Yep, these are all very good answers. Learning to code simple games, be able to do some animation in the future. Probably won't cover animation in this course. That's more of an advanced session thing. But glad to hear you're excited about that. Like to believe that I don't have much expectation, but the idea of there being a reward which can further benefit me is exciting and gives me an incentive to try your best. Absolutely. Okay. I believe we have one more question. Which group are you in? If you don't know this, check your email. I don't think we needed the timer set for 4 minutes on this one. But it's already going and I don't know how to make it shorter, so we might just cut this one off early. At the very least, I will wait for most people to get their answers in for this. 'Cause I am interested to see what the split is between these groups. 'Cause sometimes it's 50-50, but sometimes they're a bit skewed. And that's interesting to see. Don't know what group you're in. Depends how you filled out the registration form. If you have no prior coding experience, you're in the Bugbusters group. If you have a little bit of prior coding experience, you're in Pythonic Lava. Okay. So we're gonna move on with this. We got most people got their answers in for this. Okay, curious. Oh wow, yeah, we got a bit of a skew here towards Bugbusters. Very interesting to see. All right, so that was our test for Top Hat. It works, and you all are able to answer questions with it. Great. Um, Moving on, if you had any trouble with Top Hat or with Discord or with Trinket, we're going to be going into a quick breakout room to make sure everyone can get it working. So if everything works, you can just have a quick chat with your group. Oh, yes. So I believe we have 3 mentors who are absent today. So if you're in one of those mentors groups, you will have a different mentor for the time being, just temporarily. And with that, you'll not be sent into a breakout room with your group. Going to do a quick introduction activity. Ask any questions if you're curious on how Sheila Ignite works. And then have some time to play some icebreaker games. So we have our classic icebreaker activity. Don't fall into the water when you're breaking the ice. Didn't get an email about which group I'm in. I believe it should have been with the email you received the link to this meeting in. If that's not the case, we can hopefully amend that, and then everyone should know what group they are in. Actually, just out of curiosity, can people give me a thumbs up if you know what group you're in terms of like group number? So for mentor groups. Okay. Good, good. Just making sure everyone received this information. Yes. Anyway, on to the icebreaker activity. Gonna go around to everyone in the group. Ask, what's your name? What is your favorite smell? And what is something about programming that interests you? And after that, can play some games if you want to. You don't need to. Just extra time to have some fun with your group if you want to. Kind of more or less up to mentor discretion. So you can do 2 truths and 1 lie. Share some trivia. Play Among Us in the year of our Lord 2024. Play Scribble.io, fun drawing game, classic. I love that game. And before we go, I'm just gonna again have these important links on screen for you to join Discord, set up an account on Trinket, and set up an account on Top Hat. And with that, we will see you online using this same Zoom meeting every Saturday at 12, from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. All right, thanks for coming. And let's split off into